Welcome, everyone, to Negative Zero's Dungeons and Dragons podcast. This is the first episode of the Realm of Dama campaign, done by yours truly, Hero Darkness. This is my first time doing the campaign, first time doing a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. So I hope you guys enjoy this campaign as much as I have been making it with my friends. And so please, sit back, relax, and enjoy this first session. It is I, Hero Darkness, as the Dungeon Master this time. First time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Joined
Oh
by...
dear, save us all.
yes. And I'm joined by...
Which numbers here?
Barton Scream.
And your boy Lone Penguin over here. How y'all doing?
Alright, so we are entering into a new realm. So let's go ahead and get into the backstory and the background of the realm that we're entering in. It is the realm of Dama. Our heroes come from two nations. We get the nation of Promenzia and the nation of Primelandia. Those two nations have been at war with each other for the past 4 years. It's been a year since the war has ended. The war was disputed over claims over the southern half of the port of the river, and they're fighting over that, which led and escalated to a huge war between the two nations that lasted for 4 years. Neither side was really gaining ground. Formenzia ended up breaking into Primelandia, but due to the armistice that was agreed and signed upon, and also the cost of war, they decided to come to an armistice and agreement, and now we're running Cold War type tensions between the two because both sides aren't believing that they're going to be keeping the peace. And so during the war, there was 6 legendary heroes that emerged during this time. For the era of Formenzia, we had the legendary hero Dax the Elf, who was renowned for his hammer and unyielding valor, and he went missing after the Battle of the Bridge of Rushing Water. Then you have Elaine, the human druid, who went missing after pulling off an amazing counter-offensive of the Battle of Three Fronts that was about halfway through the war. And then the hero Myro, the swordsman, who was a gnome, disappeared sometime after the war, who is believed to be in search of the missing heroes Dax and Elaine. On the side of Primelandia, we had Cankrid the Mage Dwarf, who is believed to be dead after he was thrown off with Galvin over a waterfall. Triss the Unyielding led a mighty defense at the Monastery of Gala, who was a half-elf who disappeared, who is believed in search of Cankrid, who is to be believed to be her lover. And then you have the king's favorite of Primelandia, King Larry, whose favorite hero is Sam the Destroyer, who was a paladin, still is a paladin, who is now currently being the military advisor in the king's court. Now, the way Formenzia is set up is that it is a nation ruled by a queen, Queen Eliza, who's a half-elf that is loved by almost everyone in her countryside, even in the main capital, Twilight Rose. Meanwhile, King Larry rules with an iron fist and is very military-minded and is still paranoid that Formenzia is not keeping their peace. And King Larry is only loved by those in his court, and he is in the capital of Marlandia. And so these two nations are at war, and our heroes have come to and have heard rumors, or not rumors, have seen banners and flyers of the village of Sleece. Sleece is located in Formenzia, in a place known as the Meadows, which is close to the border. Sleece was fortunate enough not to see the war, since most of the war happened to the south of it. Now, Sleece is towards the northern part of Formenzia, near the forest known as Deepwater Forest, which isn't too far from the mountain range of Kalu, where there is believed to be a dwarven kingdom to the north past that mountain range, though nothing has been heard of in many years, and there is rumored to be an old dwarven keep there, in somewhere in the forest where the forest meets the mountains, though only the people of Sleece is aware of the dwarven keep. The reason why this festival is so special is that Sleece is known for a lot of good wine, and they've had some really good harvests. But this year marks a special occasion because they have finally reached and had the most prosperous harvest that they've had since none of their harvest has been taxed for provision for the war effort. And so they've had the biggest, and they're just like, let's have a celebration. So the town elders agree, and they've been sending out flyers into Primelandia. Despite rough tensions, they're like, let's make peace, not war, and also throughout the land of Formenzia. And that's where our heroes are. They're coming into this festival looking for various things, whether it's to earn extra coins, whether to take a break from their various jobs, or maybe in search of knowledge or to take a break from their studies. And so we are now going to go to our first character, Bright, who is done by Rich Numbers, as she comes into the village of Sleece. And,
So,
well, sorry, real quick. So in this festival, in the center of town, at the center of the town square, there is a fountain. There's a stage set up for various people to go up there, perform various acts, whether it's the bards or magicians pulling tricks to earn coinage from their patrons. There's also a bunch of vegetable stands set up, and the town hall is right there behind the stage, and that's kind of how and where the festival's taking place. That with various games also taking place there as well.
alright, so, Bright, I sort of see her sort of walking more from the northern part. She has a nice good black cloak on, sort of covering her leather armor she has on. She has nice good red horns sort of going up and back, and then she has nice good long black hair. She has fingerless gloves on, which shows her red fingers, and she's sort of looking around, pulling out the flyer, and then looking up at the village. Looking over to her left towards her mentor. Her, drawing a blank now. Yeah, mentor. So is the this is the city of Fleece.
Yes, yes, this.
Interesting, interesting place. I was expecting to be a little different by the way the flies made it to be.
Well, the village of Sleece is out in the meadows, in the plains of most of Fremenzia. I thought you had known this from your studies that we've done back at the library.
I just expected to be a little bigger by the way they made it sound from the flyer.
Well, it's a marketing strategy to help draw more people in.
Well, I can't complain too much. It's getting me away from my studies at least. Oh,
Yes, a much needed break considering all that you've been studying recently. Though I am worrisome about you that you're maybe studying too much of all the things that you've been studying, in the elementals and things like that. Because that, if you're not careful, you'll get sucked away and you'll never really find out the truth. Sometimes you have to take a break and enjoy life.
enjoy life, yeah, whatever. I'd rather get this solved than let it hang over me for the rest of my life.
You've
I
been
was done that enough.
you've been focused on this for the past 15 years. You gotta loosen up a little bit.
Like losing my bowstrings? How about not?
You still got a long ways to go with this. Besides, we're here to have fun. That's what you told me. And so I agreed to come along. Besides, remember, if I didn't agree to come along, you wouldn't be able to come to this village.
And that much I am appreciated for. I really am. Let's take a look around and see if we can't find some form of interesting game or gizmo or something maybe to listen to.
Oh, yes, yes. Though I've heard that they have some performances taking place in the center of the town square, where I've heard there's some interesting bards that are there playing. That's what the rumors have it. I think there's one bard in particular that tends to make things bigger than what they are. But then again, that's kind of nature of all bards.
Yeah, I heard them playing outside the library, so I guess I wouldn't mind just actually listening to them instead of scurrying past them, not wanting to give them my coin.
Yeah, there's that. All right, so at this point, you guys are entering into the village, and you're starting to see all the different games, all the different things. You kind of see like a cornhole type game that's taking place. You see someone that's kind of sitting above a bucket of water, to dunk them in that, and you're just seeing all this different stuff. You see a bard up on stage, kind of playing his violin, trying to impress everyone as he's trying to tell this awesome story, this encounter that he came across of how he saw how his life was nearly ruined and ended by these band of robbers, and how this legendary average guy just came in and saved the day. But bards doing what bards do. So what does your character decide to do with all this festivities going on?
I think I'm gonna have to give a shot at the cornhole.
Okay. All right. I see here right now. Oh, what's your name, little miss? Right here. I see you want to play some cornhole. Is that right?
I just, yes,
Okay.
yes, I do, I do.
Okay. So in order to play, all right. I'll tell you what. We'll play a little game. Let's see who can get the most sacks in the hole, and you can double your prices. So how much are you willing to pay for this?
I guess I'll put down 2 silver pieces.
2 silver pieces. Okay, you're on. Let's do this. All right. So how this is gonna work? You're gonna have to make athletics checks, in order to see if your sack is gonna go in, and you're gonna have 3 rolls, and I'm gonna have 3 rolls to see how many goes in, and it's gonna be like a DC 12 to see if you're able to get your.
I was hoping to be next because I'm tossing stuff.
Well, we are playing a game.
I know.
All right, so
Uh,
I'll go ahead and go first. All right, let's see here. You see the game master, he takes it and he just kind of throws it, and he throws it poorly. He kind of overshoots it. You just see the beanbag just kind of goes beyond where the cornhole is supposed to be at. That was just a warm up, all right? Just it's a warm up, all right? Gotta give me a break.
I just sort of roll my eyes, toss mine. It goes right into the hole.
Oh, we got ourselves someone that's feeling lucky. All right, my turn again. And this time you see him throw like an awesome arc. It kind of just goes and it like hits where the hole's at, and then you see it kind of like sit there, look like it's almost in, and then gravity takes effects and it just falls into the hole. How? Wish you looky there. I match ya. We're 1 for 1.
This little taunting seems to have gotten to my character as she makes the second throw. Sort of goes up and just sort of sees it, just sort of rolls towards the thing and sort of stops. Let's just shut up and play and not talk.
Okay, okay, let's see here. This is it. This is to see who gets the win, right? Let's go. And with the confidence of the game master, he throws it, and because he's confident he's going to get the throw, he throws it a little too hard, landing in the exact same spot where the first sack was thrown, just missing it. All right, let's see here, little miss. Let's see if we can end this in a tie, because if it's a tie, we go again. Let's see who gets it.
So she tosses it again. It sort of flies in the air. It sort of stumbles. It hits the platform and just slides up and then falls off the edge.
Oh, so it looks like we're tied 1 for 1. Looks like we're gonna have to go for 3 more rounds. All right, I'll go. You actually, I went first. We're tied. You go first this time, little miss. Let's see how you do.
Stop calling me little.
Oh, I'm sorry. What do you want to call you, miss?
Bright. My
Oh,
name.
oh, okay, Miss Little Bright. Let's don't get hostile. Come on, we're just playing a fun game here. After all, you did wager 2 silver.
So I toss the next one up. It goes up. It sort of hits the thing. It slides up to the hole and just sort of skids just right along the outer edges.
A very similar thing happens. The game master tosses it, and it kind of hits onto the where the cornhole's at, but that's where it just hit. It just hits the board. It just sits there, and that's it. Oh, looks like we're still tied. Come on, throw number 5. Let's see what happens.
She just rolls her eyes at him and sort of tosses the next one. It sort of goes and just hits a third on the board and just sort of stays there.
Oh, ho, ho. This time it was a nat 20, and so you just see this perfect arc throws and goes right into the cornhole. Aha! Would you look at that? I'm ahead. Let's see.
She sort of takes it and just sort of nonchalantly just looks at him and just throws it like, I'm gonna know that your attitude type throw. And it just sort of sinks right in.
Ooh, we are tied 2 for 2. And then with this final roll, you just see him kind of just standing there. It's like, haha. So you think you have this one, do ya? Well, watch this. Proceeds to throw, and you just see it kind of just perfectly goes in. Looks like I beat you. 3-2. Give me those 2 silver.
She reluctantly pulls out the 2 silver and just sort of puts it on her fingers and flicks it towards him, each one.
Ow! No need to be so mean about that. Alright, by this point, after this game is played, we now come to our next character.
So over in the little section where a couple of the bards are just hanging out, you can easily spot one bard that's a bit different from the rest. There's an air genasi there with a bit of a brighter, kind of like gray skin, purple hair with some white highlights, kind of in like greased up wavy fashion. Wearing like a dress shirt kept together at the top with some small seamed string and a little bit of like a shoulder cape that only goes the halfway of their back, that only makes it down to like halfway across the forearms. And he's just sitting there, or well, I say sitting there, standing there, playing his lyre. And every couple of moments, he scans the crowd, looking for his next victim. I mean, patron. And as he scans the crowd, he clocks Bright and her affiliate that is with her and says, looks like scholars to me. Scholars always have some extra coin in their pocket. I should introduce myself. So Callum is going to quietly saunter their way across the town square and approach the 2 scholars. Voice ready. Nothing up my sleeves. Okay. Remember, do it for the tips. The tips. Always for the tips. Hello there, lovely lady. Might I interest you in a song? In a performance?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Bright, I think this bard wants to play a tune for us.
I would love to play a summer's eve tune for thee.
Oh, okay.
I guess that'll be better than me thinking about that stupid tossing game.
It's okay. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You can't win always.
Want me to let you in on a little secret? All the games around here are rigged.
You
Don't
would
think
think a
too much of
simple,
it.
you would think a simple tossing game of tossing beanbags across the board would be non-rigged out of everything here.
Now,
Oh,
don't get yourself worked up.
trust me. The guys standing around, they're always professional. We do this stuff for a living. They just miss every now and then to make the crowd feel like they have a chance.
I'm
But
just
that's
glad I
just
only
between
did 2 silver pieces instead of wishing some gold against him. I should have just
Oh,
used copper instead.
still a shameful loss. I will always mourn the loss of a silver coin.
So one thing I did forget to mention, she does sort of have a quiver on her left side, and sort of you can sort of see the bowstring sort of across the front end. So you would think that she's a little more like scholars, but you also notice sort of she sort of seems to have a bow on it.
So from the back, it looks like Bright looks like a scholar, but if you would walk to Bright head on, you would see the quiver, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, the cloak sort of covering the quiver because of the way she's dressed.
Okay, Ken, so you said you wanted to play a song. I'm interested to hear this intriguing summer tune.
Yes, it's a little something that all the bards around here are playing currently. But I've finally figured out how to add a little bit more flair to mine than they. If you're interested.
Okay, go ahead and roll a performance check to see how well you do this tune.
Performance, don't fail me now. It's for the sake of money.
That one.
First, my first roll of this game. Uh Oh my god, stop talking! Stop talking! It is literally a nat one. I hate you. Get out!
All right, so you're
I
playing on
can't.
your lyre.
I can't even.
so, so you begin playing your tune, and you start singing, and you're just so out of tune with everything. Your lyre's not in tune. You have it warmed up. You thought you were warmed up, and you just
Wait a minute. This is impossible.
you start singing, and the mentor, Lila, just covers her ears. Like, sorry, could you just stop, please? Like, this is torture. I thought you were a good bard.
I'm
If you
gonna
want
look
to
down at my
impress
lyre and I'm be like, wait a minute. Someone, while I was taking a break, seems to have mistuned my instrument. Those rascals, we bards. Little secret among us is that we bards love to pull practical jokes on one another. If you'll
I
excuse
want to
me.
look into his eyes. I'm going to cast my little cantrip and change my eye colors to more of a red. You trying to impress me and think you're amazing? Just get out of here. With sort of now like blood red eyes looking at him. Very unimpressed.
Okay, could you
Okay,
explain
well,
what your cantrip does?
It is the I can
press the digitation, right?
yeah, it's the thaumaturge one, so I'm sort of changing my appearance of my
Oh,
eyes, so my eye color is just sort of changing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing, just changing my eye color at this moment. Just make him know that I'm not happy with what just happened.
I'll take the hint. I will not bother you again. I hope
Okay.
you ladies have a lovely evening and enjoy the festival.
So
I'm gonna quickly scurry off.
as Kal-El walks away like a dog with the tails between his legs, enter in our third character, Spartan Scream.
Ah, watch where you're going. My character, big and red, angry. Got brown horns, large fangs. Name is Black.
Now you said your
I
character bumped in. Sorry.
Yeah, I bumped into whoever was walking away. I think it was.
You bumped
Oh,
into
alright.
Kal-El.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry
watch
about
where
that,
you're
stranger.
going.
One of us should really watch where we step.
Anybody could get hurt.
No need for hostilities at such a lovely event. Keep our hands to ourselves.
I eye you.
Kel's just gonna kind of look at him with like a very questioning eyebrow motion, like, are you going to do something? You know what?
I'm done
Hope you
with
have a lovely
this.
time. Oh,
I walk away.
Callum is going to continue heading back to where the other bards are.
Okay, so what else is your character doing with Blap?
Watching the festivities going on. Really interested in what all just taking in the sights.
So he's just kind of standing there in a just
Yeah,
in town.
just observing everybody and all the commotions, all the events. on alert, always on alert.
So as you're in there, just watching that, Soul walks up to you. Hey, would you be interested in trying some of our vegetables that we have?
No, go away.
Okay, okay, you don't need to be so hostile. Okay, don't talk to that guy, guys. He seems kind of rude. Hey, good sir, would you be interested in trying your luck at?
No, go away.
Okay. So as you guys are continuing interacting, as Callum is back with the other bards, discussing, or are you trying to restring or retune your lyre?
I'm gonna retune my lyre. Who mistuned my lyre while I was getting a drink? I got my eyes on you, Jimmy.
sorry, Callum. It wasn't me. I didn't touch it. Why are you accusing me? I don't know why you always accuse me. It's not cool, man.
I'm watching
Not
you,
cool.
Jimmy.
It's not cool. I
Touch
didn't
my
touch it.
lyre again. You'll
I
catch a
wasn't.
rapier between the eyes, man.
Why do you confuse me and Johnny? Okay, I know we're twins, but come on, tell the difference. And Johnny's the
Hey,
one
hey,
with the
hey,
big
Johnny.
mole in the middle.
Johnny, was it you? Was
No,
it
no,
you, Johnny?
it was Jimmy. You were right. It was Jimmy. It was Jimmy.
You'll catch a rapier, Johnny. Don't play with my lyre again, boy.
Johnny, why are you blaming me? It was totally you. No, no, it was totally Jimmy. As the two twins continue to blame each other for.
I got my eyes on you. Got my eyes.
So as the festivities continue, suddenly there's this person that takes up center stage. You notice that like the bards have kind of stopped taking their turns up there and that, and you see someone walks up there and he's like, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. May I join you to pay attention to this amazing show you're about to witness? It is going to be one for the ages to come." And so this magician is up on stage, captivating a lot of the audience. And so a lot of people begin to hush down and they start paying attention. And you just see this magician just do typical silly magician stuff. You want to see what's inside of my hat? Pulls out a bunny. And then he turns it into flowers. Oh, would you looky there? And so he gets the audience all riled up. He's like, all right, and this goes on for about 20, 30 minutes. And so you can kind of tell the audience, like, okay, all right, come on, man. Just hurry up. Get off the stage. Come on. We've seen this stuff before. Do something new. Something new. Okay, okay, fine. All right, fine, fine. For my next trip, I'm going to need a volunteer. I'm going to need a young, fair maiden. Which of you would love to join me for my next tricks? Anyone, any takers? Me, please, please. No, it's me. You gotta pick me. And he picks one from the front. The girl gets all excited and they walk up onto the stage. And then suddenly, you guys feel a change in the air. You feel this happy festivity, and then suddenly things begin to feel cold. The lights in town square begins to go a little dimmer, and then suddenly the stage changes. You see an altar. You see these flames. You see this symbol painted, what looks like to be goat's blood, up on this wall, this bulletin board type thing. And then you see this choir, and you see all these people wearing masks. It looks kind of like a bird. And they begin doing your typical choir noises.
Question.
Yes.
You said there's writing. Can I roll to see if my character recognizes the writing or sort of what it could mean?
Yes, go ahead and either roll me a religion or history.
That is in total of 23.
Okay, so with this 23, you remember your studies in the library. You remember coming across some of the stuff. It looks vaguely familiar to Tiefling language, but you can tell that it's a little more archaic, and that you can tell your Tiefling's kind of been like adapted and changed over the years. And you've also noticed as a couple nights when you sneak into like the restriction section of the library that you've like notice that this isn't right. This is something weird, and you begin realizing that this isn't another trick. This is something really really messed up that's about to take place. Like you get this sick feeling in your stomach. You turn to your mentor, motions like, we gotta get out of here. Like that's kind of like what's running through your mind. Like something's about to happen. Like you're becoming like super nervous, but you feel like you can't go anywhere at the same time because you're just like, what the crap. So as it continues, this little girl's like, I thought this was gonna be a magic trick. Why am I on
So
this altar?
I'm just gonna go ahead and sort of get my bow ready.
Okay, so you want to ready in action?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I sort of have I'm ready for whatever's gonna happen. Just due to this feeling, I'm ready. I sort of make sure my mentor sort of behind me, sort of have an arrow already knocked
Okay.
onto my bow.
Uh, does Flap and Callum? You guys want to do anything?
So at this moment, I am going to like look over at Johnny and be like, Johnny, you believe these guys coming in, stealing the show with their gothic choir scene? I can't believe this.
I know, right?
The
Like
nerve,
they got nothing on us. They got nothing on us. I don't know. Yeah, they got nothing.
the nerve. Think you'll want a crowd like this with gothic singing and chanting?
I know, right? So
Just the
basic.
music industry. So basic, so disappointing.
I know, right? You're like,
All right.
why?
I'm just gonna restring my I'm just gonna retune my lyre, not restring it. Make sure it's all ready to go.
Okay, so all that's happening. Um, I'll get to Blap in just a moment. So, as the girl's like, I thought this was a magic. What are you doing with that dagger? Doing as the magician has this lady, this maiden on the altar.
I think it's magic, and it's part of the show.
Okay, so lady goes, what are you doing with that dagger? That's a dagger. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. And you start hearing in a language that none of you guys are recognizing, but you recognize it as something like dark and menacing. You're like, you can tell something's up. And then suddenly, you just see the magician plunges the knife into the heart of the fair maiden. And then suddenly, all the lights go out. There's a whoosh of air. All the lights go. You guys look up to the moon. You see it begin turning blood red. Choir chant starts growing louder and louder. You can start telling that it's hitting the climax. And then, from the center of the stage, where the altar was at, where the fair maiden was sacrificed, this black and purple flame shoots up. And then suddenly in the village, some of the village homes start catching on fire, and these red flames start converging into the center of town. And you guys look around, and you can see all the different that there were strategic spots in the village that were marked to have these flames converge to the center. You see this shoots up, and then as you guys are looking into all of this, you guys are paying attention and you're watching, and you see a figure begins to appear. He has 4 wings, a bird-like face, a tail, just towering up in the middle of the sky. Night sky just there. And you just hear this screech. And then you just see this figure flies off. All at the same time, these demons begin appearing out from this purple and blue flames, the black and purple flames, and they just start coming out and wreaking havoc on the villages of that. And you hear some people screaming, and you hear someone goes, my cabbages! And everyone's just in a panic. The town starts lighting on fire. You see the town's guards like, everyone seek shelter! And you see everyone starts running in a panic, and you just see these different creatures coming out, just wrecking, and you see the people that were up close to the center of the stage, they just die. You see some of the cultists flee and all that stuff. What are you guys gonna do?
Wow. You know, at first I was willing to chalk it all up as special effects, but yeah, after seeing that, I don't think I can. I think I'm gonna go, guys. Catch y'all later.
So your character begins to run or away.
He's gonna like pick up his bag. He's gonna like put on his rapier, and he's just gonna like watch like the crowds like mass exodus out.
So as that's happening, you start seeing like these demons just kind of Harry Potter, Death Eater style, just like start popping up all throughout the village as well. And you just see one just pop up in front of you, just like, and that begins going towards you. Blap and Bright, what are your characters doing?
I'll let Blap go first.
I will protect the people.
Okay.
I'm gonna start leaving the place to make sure my little mentor doesn't get hurt because I sort of need my mentor.
Okay,
So I'm gonna try to book it out of the place while keeping my mentor safe.
So as all this is going on, so where Callum's standing, Blap, were you kind of like in the middle of the crowd, kind of like halfway between the back of the audience towards the front?
Yes.
Okay, so you see appear one of you, the exact same creature that I described, just kind of this nasty type creature, just there. He just kind of appears right there in front of you, kind of making the same noises and starts walking towards you. Meanwhile, as Bright's trying to make their way out, another demon appears right in front of him, and you just see him just start wreaking havoc. They're just walking up to the villagers and just swinging their claws at everyone. Everyone, roll initiative.
It's about time.
Battle.
14.
So Dice, I hope we have an understanding that it's only good rolls from here on out, right?
You get a 3.
Since you screwed me so thoroughly earlier, right? Right?
10.
You got a 10?
I don't believe it. I got an 8.
Oh.
Aaron has cursed my dice.
It listens to me.
Just a sec. I got to get my rolls in. Ooh, one of them got a nat 20.
Dun dun dun.
Stop it.
Let's kill somebody, kill the bard.
Okay, so this is how it's gonna go.
Agreed. That horrible scene about dead
These
my
three
character when I get it.
creatures, these three creatures that just appeared in front of you guys, they're all gonna go before you.
Of course.
One got a nat 20, another got a 15, another got 19. So they're all gonna go first, and then it's gonna go Bright, Blap, and then Kal-El. So the first creature is gonna walk up towards Bright, and he is going to make an attack roll and just swing at you with its claws. And he goes out and swings and rolls a 10 at Bright.
That's a miss.
So you just see this Bright just like "Rah!" slashes and it just like misses in front of you. All right, and now the other one is gonna come up and goes towards Blap, and he's just there. You see him breaking through, and as he gets close to you, he rolls a nat 1. So he just all of this just sees you and just like and just straight up miss. And the other one comes up to Kal-El and swings and rolls a 16.
Come on! That's a hit. Go ahead and kill me.
All right. So with this attack, that is going to be a 2d4s. hits you for 3.
I was about to say, yeah, just go ahead, hit me for 11 damage and end it.
No, he just hits you for 3, so he just comes up and he just slashes across you.
Ah, my dress shirt.
Alright, now it's Bright's turn.
So that demon's blocking my path out to the village.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot it real good because I have the notch, so I'm pulling back my bow. And I shoot at it. 13.
That hits.
Ooh. That's gonna be 6 damage.
Okay. Alright, Callum, your turn.
All right, so
No, sorry.
Demon in
It's
front.
Blap's turn. It's Blap's turn.
I was like,
Yeah,
that
no,
was mine.
no, it's Blap's. Go ahead.
my bad.
All right. I will be attacking the one that attacked me. $14.
Okay, that hits.
And I'm swinging with my great sword.
Okay.
10.
That was a what?
10.
A 10?
Yes, 10.
Finish him.
I take his head from his shoulders with one easy swipe.
Blap's just like, I'm not impressed.
Is this what you have to offer?
Okay. Now it's finally Callum's turn.
All right, so I have been tis but only a flesh wound. Callum's going to retaliate. You know, I'm never really one for violence, but for your case, I will definitely make an exception. I'm going to draw my rapier, stab this demon.
Okay.
All right, I quit. I quit the campaign. I want y'all to know I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Cannot. I will not
It
allow
was a
it.
2. It wasn't a 1. It was a 2. Get another bar.
So you just kind of just like, I got hit, your pride's hurting, your liar's broken, and you're just emotional right now. You're just kind of like,
I quit.
all right, now it's back to the main that's right there in front of Bright. So he's gonna go and he's gonna swing, and he rolls a 10.
That's still a miss.
He just kind of goes and swipes. All right, then we're gonna go.
Swipe with no swiping. Okay.
And now the one in front of Callum, that's a 6.
6 to hit.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Count dodge that one.
yeah. So he kind of like, I mean, it's like, oh, and then misses as you duck out of the way. All right. So as this is continuing, there's another main that just kind of appears, and so as he kind of appears, kind of between the 3 of you. So it's just kind of right there in the middle. Now just kind of slashing. He's not gonna do any movements or attacks since he just arrived in the battlefield, so it's just kind of there. So now we're gonna cut to Bright.
Another 13.
Okay, that hits.
That's going to be 10 damage.
Finish him.
So she takes the bow, sort of moves back a little bit, pulls it back, aims it right at the eye, and shoots the arrow. The arrow then goes sort of straight through the eye and through the other end, just as the beast then just sort of falls over.
All right, now it goes to Blap's turn.
Alright. I will throw my javelin at the one next to the bard.
Okay.
$11.
That hits.
Not surprising. 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. You can tell that one's kind of
I
little.
say, you should use this weapon instead.
I fancy my rapier just fine, but thank you.
All right, now it's Callum's turn.
All right, I reset the app, so let's see. Let us see. Oh, Christ. I don't know if my heart can handle another flub roll.
You get an at 20.
It's a 5. It's a 10 to hit.
Wait, you rolled a. What was it?
It's a 10 to hit.
Yep, you hit.
Oh my god. I have no words. Roll damage. Oh my god, of course. Of course. Of course I would roll a 1 on damage. Alright, that's 4 damage.
Oh, it's 4 damage.
That
It's
finishes
4
him.
damage.
Yeah, finish him.
Alright.
That's not happy.
So,
I guess
Cal-
I'll kill him.
Callow, like, sees, like, the Dragonborn throw his lance into the beast, and it's like, And he's gonna just, like, take his rapier, and he's just gonna, like, since he's still kind of, like, caught off guard from, like, being hit in the back by a lance, he's just gonna take advantage of this moment. And just, like, kind of, like, stick him in the back of the head with his rapier to finish him.
So it's just bloody, stabbing him through the head, and just like blood splattering everywhere. All right, cool. Now that mane that appeared between the three of you, he's going to move. Let's see here. Yeah, so he's going to move towards Bright and come up from behind, and he's going to take a swing at both Bright and the Mentor. But first and foremost, it's going to be swinging at the Mentor because it's the closest target. And that's a 14 to hit the Mentor. So, just picturing Bright just help me! Dealing a total of 4 damage to the Mentor, and so the Mentor just gets slashed across the back with this other mane. Then, as this is going on, one more demon appears in the middle of the town square. And this demon isn't like the other ones that you've been seeing. He just kind of appears there, just all red with like horns that look like devils when they're going down, back up, with like an axe in his hand. No, sorry, a spike chain in his hands, just there, just looking around, looking for a fight. And now we go back
Love.
to Bright's turn.
Gonna eye that demon just hit a Mentor. It's gonna shoot it.
Okay.
That's a 9.
That just hits it.
For 12 damage.
12 damage.
Yes.
Finish him.
She just shakes her head at that. You said it was like a hound or something?
It's a mane. So it's kind of like this ugly-looking ogre type thing that's just kind of there. It's not as like tall. It's like between like ogre and like its height. It's like
Like high.
if you,
She just looks think, you don't touch her again. As she pulls back and shoots the arrow, going clean straight, hopefully they have one, straight through the heart,
okay.
killing that one.
So the arrow pierces through, and then the mane just kind of stumbles forward towards you guys and just falls just a couple feet, like a foot away from like where your mentor was standing. Now, it's Blap's turn.
How close are the two demons to each other?
So the black demon that appeared is behind all you guys.
Oh. We're very close together. Alright, well. I will throw a hand axe at the one that after Bright.
The one that was at Bright is dead. There's the last demon
Oh.
that appeared. The one that's red
Oh.
with the horns that's wielding a spike chain.
There's another one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll go after that one then.
Okay.
With the hand axe.
Alright.
And 19.
19. That hits.
Yeah. I'll say it is.
It better hit.
A 9 for
A
damage.
9 will... It has resistance to non-magical attacks, so that 9 is half down to 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the demon is a cackler that appeared. Now it's Callum's turn.
Alright, so I see the dragonborn going at this demon. Alright. So, what I shall do this turn is... Alright, so what does this cackler look like?
Take a look
Again,
in
it's like...
the Discord.
It's in the chat, yeah.
2 seconds.
It's a red demon with horns.
Yeah, he's wielding a spike chain in one hand.
It looks like it's jumping.
Yeah.
And he has an axe.
Yeah, but he's wielding a spike chain with this.
Okay. No big deal.
So I'm gonna look at the cackler, and my response shall be is that I'm going... Response. Okay, my action is that I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery
Okay.
on the cackler. I'm gonna look at him and I'm just gonna hold my mouth for a moment. I'm like, oh my god, you need a dentist. Those teeth are whack.
Okay.
So basically, how the spell works is I can use it on anything that's in 60 feet of me. It will have to pass a will save of 12, or take 1d4 psychic damage.
It has to pass the what saving throw?
My bad, wisdom save
A,
of
wis-
12.
a wisdom saving throw.
I don't know why. Well, yeah, wisdom save.
Well, it fails that throw. Rolled a 2, and it has a -2 in wisdom.
Lovely.
Wow.
Oh my god, it's a 3.
All right, cool. Fortunately, that is okay. Cool. So it's there. You can tell it's looking kind of hurt. Now it's the cackler's turn.
Oh wait, I also want to with my bonus action.
Okay.
Since the dragonborn is going to square up with the cackler in combat, I shall pass them a bardic inspiration. So
Okay.
now you have the ability on your turn, whenever you're rolling for an attack, an ability check, or a saving throw, to add 1d6 to whatever you roll. But you have to add it before you tell the DM your roll. And
So
it
how
lasts
do you do it
for
on the
next
app?
10 minutes. So basically, whatever you roll, just then pull up the little dice menu,
And roll
and then
another
just roll the d6.
d6. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So that is my gift to you.
Okay.
And that's for
So-
hit or for damage?
You can use it. You can't use it for damage, but you can use it for attack rolls, ability check, and saving throws.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this demon, like I said, is close to it. So he's going to move in closer and move in to where Blap is at, and then going to make an attack with its spike chain with where Blap is at, and rolls a nat 15 plus the modifier, making it 20 to hit.
Oh, it hits.
Yeah. Then let's see here. Deals a total of 5 damage to you.
All right.
Alright, now that's back to Bright's turn.
Can I just not leave this place in peace? And all these stupid red-headed things are going to be. She says as she draws her bow, and that's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
She then shoots the arrow at the dude, dealing 12 damage.
Okay, that finishes him.
She pulls back, look at the cactus, like, not today. I'm leaving this place. And shoots the arrow. It flies up and sort of hits the cackler inside its neck, so it sort of punches the airway, so he can't breathe, so it ends up suffocating it.
So as it's suffocating and as it's dying, it lets out this laugh. Splap, make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
Ooh.
If you don't do well, you can use the bardic inspiration.
I rolled 13.
You just pass. So for just a moment, you can tell like this mimic, this last laugh is like trying to like scar you with psychic damage, but you kind of just whatever. You just kind of like, I've dealt with worse. And so like with that, you can just tell like after that cackler has died, like everything else is kind of just dying down. You can kind of see like the town's guards and like the other bards just kind of finishing up the other demons, and it's just total chaos in that you see like civilians just like dead on the floor. Some of them are just like slashed in half, and just like it's total mess of carnage. For Blab, this would be something very similar that you've seen before in your life with your history of being in the war.
Yeah.
And so like this is like a very familiar scene for you. So what are you guys gonna do as you see like town guards and that finishing up the last of the demons? And there's also like
My character is going to make sure that her mentor is safe and try to leave the village again.
okay. So as you're trying to leave the village, a town guard walks up to you. He's like, "Sorry, but I don't think you should leave with your mentor in this type of condition. I think we need to get some medical care for her. She's looking pretty hurt."
Well, do you have anything to heal, or are you just going to stop us from leaving?
Well, if you give me just a moment, I can direct you towards where we have set up an emergency first aid tent. Somewhere towards the town hall. I know it's going back towards where the actions, but that's where we put our medicine at, and we have to go that way. I will protect you as we go that way.
You want me to go back into this hell to heal my mentor? I don't think that's a good idea.
Our
Have
doctor's
you
there.
seen...
Our doctor's there, and the doctor is trapped, and we have to get there. If not, your mentor's going to die.
Go back in there and risk my life.
Well, it's
It's
just
a good idea to listen to the guard. He knows what he's talking about.
Sounds like a lovely idea to listen to the guard.
So what is Bright gonna do?
Look back at my mentor and sort of look at her condition. Can I do a perception check to see sort of how badly she looks and stuff on that line, or just...
Yes, go ahead and roll a perception check.
That is a 7.
So as you can tell, as you look and examine the mentor, as you take a look at the back, you can see like the gashes were deep, and you can tell like if she doesn't get medical attention, there's a possibility that she could bleed out. Not to mention, you were just attacked by demons, and you're not sure, you know, if there's any like lingering effects or anything like poison or anything else that may be in her system, and so you know that you have to get that taken care of. Like you can just look and tell that it's not bad. Like it's bad, and you're not sure if you're going to be able to make the trip back to the library because you did travel ways to get here.
Guess I'll go and save that healer.
Okay, so Callum, Lap, what are you guys going to do?
You need me to carry her for you?
Can she walk?
She's been slashed across the back, so it's going to be pretty tough for her to walk on her own.
If you wouldn't mind doing that, that would be a little appreciated.
I will carry her for you. I need a strength check, right?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a strength check if you want to throw her over like your shoulder or something like that.
Where's that? Oh, that's easy. Got a 20, not nat.
Okay, so you can you carefully like pick her up and put her over your shoulder, and that being mindful of the wounds as you carry her.
I would think instead of over my shoulder, I'd like cradle her.
Yes.
Kind of like a swaddling
Princess?
baby.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Aww.
yeah. So you're very careful.
I will be chivalrous.
Yes. Okay. So you do the shivers thing where you carefully pick her up and carry her that way. Callum, what are you gonna be doing?
Alright. I shall draw my flute. And I will clip away my life, get my flute ready, and my rapier in my other hand. And then I'm going to follow them towards the town hall.
Okay. So as you guys are going towards the town hall, the town guard's leading the way. I take it, Blap, you're gonna be towards the back just to try to avoid any more conflict.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So, Callum, right? Where are you guys at in relation to?
I'm going to put myself not behind the guard, but a good distance away with my bow ready, so if the guard gets in combat, I can easily take aim and shoot, so there's be about a good distance between the guard and me.
Okay. And Callum?
I will take up right behind. Gosh, can you pronounce his name again?
Blap?
Balap. Okay.
Yes.
Blap.
I will
Yes.
take up right
B-L-A-P.
behind.
Blap.
Okay. Okay. So I will take up position right behind Lap.
Okay, so as you guys are walking, I'm going to have the guard roll a perception check.
Good perception check?
Yes, I'm rolling perception check for the guard. He's leading the way. And what the guard doesn't see, as he's walking there, he sees they're out of nowhere, like kind of, because like where you guys are at, so to help with it. So you guys make it behind the stage, and you guys are walking past the fountain. The guard thought, oh, there's a, dead mane right there. Wasn't really mindful of it. You just see him you see the mane just kind of stands up and just swipes at the guard and just like knocks him to the side and just kind of doubles over and just like, oh! And he kind of hits the ground. You guys are now back in combat. Roll for initiative.
All right.
That's a 9.
Initiative, not initiative.
Oh my god!
You all don't want to get.
No, I rolled 18 this time.
Nice.
Well, I
I
rolled
rolled a 15.
but I got
Nice. Okay, cool. So with this, so there is one mane that appeared, and then also there is another one of his buddies kind of just been lying in wait. So there's two manes that are kind of there. So it's gonna be first it's gonna be Cal-Elm, then it's gonna be one of the manes, and then it's gonna go Blap, and then it's gonna go Bright, then the last mane.
Okay. So how far are we from the infirmary?
So you guys are about halfway there. So the infirmary is about roughly 70 feet from where you guys are at. Between 70 to 100 feet. Right in that range. So if you guys were to decide to go for dash actions, you would be able to make it no problem with a couple dash actions. But with Flap carrying Lala, the mentor, it's going to be tough. It's going to take him longer because since he's carrying someone, his speed is going to be kind of in half, unless he decides to drop her.
Yeet.
Yeet! Don't worry, I have just
I'm
the
just gonna
thing.
throw her at the infirmary.
If anything, I'll throw her at somebody to catch her. Yeah, exactly.
Throw her to me
And
on
then I'll
to
go
me with
into a
my
rage.
negative strength. Wait, do I have a negative strength? I don't think I do. I normally give my characters negative strength. Alright, so
Anyways,
I have just the thing for this circumstance. So, anybody
I'll be at
tired?
disadvantage with her in my arms, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay. So, if I use my movement to get up in front, that would put me like, yeah, that would put the two mains in like 20 feet of me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so I will be using my flute to cast one of my sneaky deaky spells.
Okay.
It is called Sleep. Basically, how sleep works is this spell sends a creature into a magical slumber. I will roll 5d8, and the total is
Real,
how many hit points of
real
creatures that can
quick.
be
Is this a charm ability?
No, it's an enchantment ability.
Okay. I just want to make sure that it wasn't a charm.
Yep, it is an enchantment.
Okay. Go ahead and
Alright.
does the main need to make a saving throw or anything?
No, so how this spell works, which is like, it's pretty unique. I roll 5d8s,
Okay.
and depending on how many, like, d8, like, how many hit points I have in total, I will have to use that amount against the main's HP. And if they have, basically, it'll hit whichever main has the lower HP first.
Okay.
But for each main, I like roll enough HP for. It'll just go to sleep once they hear the melody.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll like 5 of these so we can get the results quicker. Alright, that's 15.
Okay. So you see the one on the right just instantly just collapses down back on the ground.
Alright, so I'll play my melody. One just like, and I'm gonna like look over at like Bright and like kind of like motion for the guard. And I'm gonna look back at the Dragonborn. I'm gonna like motion him like to like go on past.
Now don't
And
forget there's a
shoot.
second one that's there as well.
Yes, I shall elect to fight the second one.
Okay.
But that will be all I can do this turn.
Alright, now it goes to Blap's turn.
How far away is it from me?
You guys, so Callum was the furthest one back, so it was around 100. So I would say it's about 80 feet to the infirmary. So you're about, what did I say, 20 feet, right? So you're about roughly 10 feet away from the mains.
Okay. I don't want to put her down. I will walk up to its growl, and I will swing around and hit it with my tail.
Okay.
Try to sweep the leg, kind of thing.
Okay.
The tail.
Okay. So
Do we need? Did we roll initiative first? Yes, we did.
yes, we
Sure.
did. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do an unarmed strike. Hit. Let's see. Oh, 25.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Huh. Bludgeoning,
My God.
5 damage.
You said you did 5.
5.
Okay, so that's gonna be, yeah. Okay, cool. And then
Oh, it's disadvantage though, right?
yes, So did you roll?
Oh, I used my tail, so I don't
Uh-huh.
know if that would be a disadvantage or not. But
Since you're using your tail, I don't think that would really be disadvantage. Because if you were gonna swing your axe, I would have put you at
yeah,
disadvantage there. But since you're doing more like
it's
the tail,
already pretty much a disadvantage because I can only do a maximum of 5 damage on arm strike.
yeah. So yeah, so you do 5, and then you want to see if you can. You want to like leg sweep them, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
All
See
right.
if I can
So
knock
let's.
them over.
All right, now let's do a opposed athletics check for that.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, get a high athletics, by the way.
Okay.
17.
Yeah, as you sweep, the man just kind of the legs go underneath him, and he just kind of falls flat on his butt. It's like,
I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot it.
okay. Go ahead and make your
And
attack.
I roll with
because
advantage.
he's on the ground. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Okay. Go
Oh,
ahead.
Jesus.
That is total of 15 damage.
All right, finish him.
I'm trying to figure out how to describe this shot
Look at
now.
that. It's called tactics right there, guys.
Mhm.
I expect
should
nothing
learn.
less.
You
I
just pulled a pro gamer move.
So
Learn
what
from
I
the military guy here.
so he's on his back. I'm distance
No,
away.
he's flat on his butt.
Oh yeah,
So landed
Yeah.
on his
big
butt.
disadvantage.
So I'm just gonna. I don't know how to describe this. How many different ways can I kill someone with an arrow?
Let it go through his skull.
Yeah, sure. So right between his eyes. There we go.
Yeah, exactly.
She pulls back the arrow, shoots. It goes right between his eyes. Go about halfway in. He just sort of finished falling on his back. Like he took a nap.
So the arrow goes through, kind of hits right there, and then he just kind of goes, shakes the ground. Guard brushes himself. I was like,
Shake her
so what? Oh, I did not see. I am terribly sorry, guys. I thought the path was clear. I am
Still clear. Keep going.
sorry. Okay, let's just keep going. Oh yes, let's keep going. All right, let's go. The guard's a little like
Leave it to the
concussed.
bar to do your job.
What? All right, so you guys then.
Nothing.
So you guys then make it into the town hall, and as you guys open up the door, you just see like chaos. You just see the healers just like frantically running from one thing to the next, just trying to do all that they can to help stabilize people. They're like, can tell you they're running low on their medicine and that. So as you guys walk in, one of the nurses walks up. Oh, another injured. Yeah, right over here. Right, come on, come with me. And guys, he's like, we got a space right here. I know it's not much. I know it's close to other people, but it's the best we can do. As you saw, the town's on fire out there. In case you didn't notice, yes, go ahead and lay right there. I'll go fetch some medicine, some water, something to clean. Ooh, those are nasty scratches. So I'll give me some. As she goes and just frantically looks around for like any water and anything to like help clean up that wound. And so as that's happening, you see one of the town guards. You can tell like he's a captain just due to like his composure. He just walks into. He's like, "Saw you guys fighting out there. That's impressive. We could use some of your people to either help us finish up or to help us investigate more of what's going on. If you guys want to learn more, I suggest you follow me and we can go talk to the village elders. We managed to capture one of those cultists people. They'll be able to give us some information."
You mean that pro skill occult choir? I'd love to learn more about getting vocals like those. Jeez.
The only question I may have was maybe dealing with the writing in blood.
Well,
Call that fighting? You haven't seen nothing yet.
I said writing in blood, not fighting.
Fighting to get blood.
no, there is.
I was referring to what the guard said, us fighting out there.
Oh.
Yes, yes. So, right this way, please. We're gonna have to go towards the back of the building here and go up to the second floor where the village elders are right now discussing. And meanwhile, one of my guards is interrogating. So he guides you up.
Like as we're like going,
hmm
I'm just gonna like nudge at like Bright, and I'm like, this guy's energy, right? Half town on fire. Hey, you guys want a job?
Yeah. So you guys are making your way up, and as you enter into the second floor, you can just tell like the elders are just kind of like in a not so much a panic. Like some of them are in a panic state. Some of them like confused and wondering why them, and you hear several mutterings like, "We should have not sent out those flyers. We knew trouble could have possibly happened. We wanted to show that the world's doing better after the war, and it just seems like we've just made a terrible mistake. How are we going to recover from this? We barely survived the war. How are we going to survive this? Get yourself together. Come on. It's okay. We survived worse. What? Half the town's on fire. What do you expect? As you guys are walking up, excuse me, elders, I have brought you those people with excellent fighting skills. They may be able to prove some use to us, since we can't spare anyone to go out. Would you like to explain the situation to them? The one that was weeping just continues to kind of weep. The other one that was kind of more together. Yes, yes. So I'm just going to tell you straight and blunt. All we know was it was a demon that was summoned, and that's not just any demon that was summoned. That's one of the demon lords or prince. They never keep it straight with their titles. From what I can recall from the old lores, is that's the one of the sky. And that's all I remember. And
Can I history check that?
yes,
See if
roll.
I know more.
Yes, go ahead and roll a history check.
Alright. Alright, I got a 15. What does that get me?
Okay, so with that 15, you know what the elder is telling you, but you also can like faintly remember like the name of it. You remember that it starts with like a P, but you're not too sure like how the rest of it's spelled. You just remember like hearing it, but at the same time, you know like this isn't a demon that you just kind of want to sit by, and you also remember some of the stuff like there's a way to like bring them to grant wishes, but you don't remember how that happens. But you also know that like, the situation isn't good if a demon's on the material plane.
I'm gonna also roll history check.
Okay.
That is a 17.
Uh, Kind of the same thing as what I was just telling Callum. Like you remember kind of like it starts there and things like that.
I'm gonna like just snap my finger like after the other says that. Oh yes, God, I know. I've heard the stories in my travels. Famous sky demon lord. Name starts with a P. Paul. Peleus.
No, no, it's not. It's not either of those. It's not either of those. But you're onto some.
Peleus.
No, it's not Peleus.
You say his
Ponius.
name a couple of times and he shows up.
Yes, yes, that one.
Yeah, he grants wishes.
Yes, yes, yes. I remember now. Anyways, uh, we're getting.
You're sure his name wasn't Paul?
No, it's not Paul. I know that much.
What about Peter?
No, it's not Peter.
Hmm.
So as you guys are trying to like guess the name, the guard that was doing the interrogation is like, guys, uh, need someone that can make this guy kind of intimidated. I'm not doing a good job. I shouldn't
I'll
be a cop.
intimidate him.
Oh,
I'm gonna
perfect.
point at the Dragonborn.
Dragons are
I'm
always
gonna, like, point at his
intimidated.
fangs.
Are always intimidating. Yes, please come here.
Oh yeah, we're always intimidated, uh-huh.
Oh,
Did I say intimidated? I meant to say intimidating.
All right. right, I'll intimidate him.
So he ushers you
Guard tinted.
into the room. So right before he ushers, it's like I don't remember where, but they keep saying something keep, but I can't put my finger on it. We need to know where they're at, but he's just like, I'm not telling you type attitude. So yeah, do your thing.
Stare at him and threateningly. I rolled a 10.
Are you supposed to be the bad cop?
Is there any lights in the room? Like
There's
torches?
Okay, yeah. So as you come into the room, the only light that's there is just kind of like the lantern that's kind of sitting in the middle of the room. So kind of think of like an interrogation room, and so like there's a lantern that's kind of hanging up on the wall. That's probably the best way to put it. So there's like just a lantern just hanging up there on the wall.
Are the windows unlocked?
No. But
So
also
just
same, yeah. But at the same time, remember there's that
that door.
massive. There's that door. There's also that whoosh of air that went through. But fortunately, it shattered most of the windows in front of it. Yes, it went backwards, but due to where this is at, since you guys are towards the back of the town hall, and this is kind of towards the back of the that upstairs, that window isn't shattered, but it is closed.
So I'm gonna look at this guy then. I'm gonna change the light above him to a purple, while then opening up all the doors and sort of slamming them shut at the same time, and then change my eyes back to that blood red color. How about we play this game a little differently? Why don't you tell us where they're at, so I can stick an arrow into that guy?
Roll an intimidation.
That is a 21.
So
Crap.
yeah.
I'm gonna walk back downstairs.
So
I'm hungry. I'm not intimidating today.
so with that
I'm gonna give him like a pat on the back. Maybe next time, bud. Maybe
so
next time.
so with that 23, I'm gonna give you like that light kind of flickers, your eyes become like that intimidating, and like you hear the window shattering. The guy just like
No, I'm also a tiefling, so I'm also like.
you're tiefling? I thought the things were like myths. I didn't know you guys were real. Like I heard stories of how you guys like to hide in secret villages and keep yourself away. I didn't think you guys were real. I thought there was really just, the demons of the deep. Okay, what exactly are you after?
The writing in blood, the language you use. I want to. What are you after?
Oh, so the writing. Yes, the writing. The writing in blood. So that was goat blood, in case you didn't notice. Did you like it? Because I worked really hard on like making it look all nice and
I
pretty.
slammed the table.
Okay. So that writing is ancient language of the tieflings before there was any tieflings. If I remember correctly, it's known as the abyssal language.
Find a couple of things where I sort of keep going.
So we stumbled across that, and we heard rumor that we had to start the world anew again. And we're like, yes, he would be the perfect candidate because he grants wishes. And so I was just following the gold leader because I like getting help and wishes from time to time. And so I decided to join in and think, why not? And yeah, so we stumbled across it. Our leader spent many years trying to figure it out. It's translated to common, and well, you saw what happened when we figured it out, didn't you? It was quite the spectacular show.
And where's your leader at?
I'm not saying.
I pull out my short sword and sort of stab it into the table.
Roll intimidation.
Another one.
That's a nat 20.
Oh, so you want to kill me? Okay, well, so I don't remember the name, but it is north of here, towards the mountain, into the forest. Um, there's a keep. That's where it's at. It's in the keep to the north.
Keep to the north is where your leader's at. Thank you for your time.
The other guy's
As
like, wait, hold up. You said the keep to the north? Wait, are you referring to the keep of Ishmard? Maybe. That's the only keep to the north. Oh, is it? I thought there was multiple. No, there's multiple keeps to the north, and that's the keep of Ishmard. That was an old dwarven keep. You guys have been a great help. We should go tell the elders about this.
as long as my mentor doesn't die, I'll let you live. With that, I pick up my short sword, sheath it, and walk out of the room.
That's where I end this session.